Hello and what is up guys, Rye here and welcome back to some more automation and of course BeamNG.Drive. Now, in the past I have built vehicles like the heaviest vehicle possible, the fastest vehicle possible, the best fuel economy possible, but I've never made the tallest vehicle possible, and we're going to try that today. Now, it's probably not going to be the tallest possible, but it's going to be the tallest ever. No one has ever made a vehicle as tall as what we're doing today. Your second question might be, why the tallest vehicle? And my answer is, I honestly have no idea, but it sounds kind of fun. Now, I know in the past, Shinyodd has done a double-decker bus that has been much more than double-deckers.
Oh no, we have to turn before, oh no!
And Consider has done that as well.
Oh god. It's just huge. Alright. Well, it accelerates very quickly.
They've been around maybe 200 stories max, which is a lot of stories for a bus, but yeah, those are peanuts to what we're doing today. We are building a 1,000 deck bus, a 1,000 double-decker bus. No, you heard that right. It's going to be 1,000 stories on a bus. It's going to drive, you know, like a bus, hopefully. We'll see. So what we're doing is we're going to design this car, build it in automation, and it's going to be... no, it's going to be terrible. And then we're going to hop into BeamNG.Drive and drive it, and it's going to be... no, it's also going to be terrible in BeamNG. I don't know why I'm doing this, to be honest. So let's go ahead, hop in. Honestly, do the pan materials really matter? You know, let's do carbon fiber. Let's make it insanely light. Maybe it'll help drive better in BeamNG. So carbon fiber, let's do 2012 model year, even though it's like a 1940s or 50s body, but whatever it is, it's old, it's old. Carbon fiber, let's go for what, rear engine? Rear engine, yeah, that rear engine sounds fine. Push rod, double wish, let's just do double wishbone. Plus 15 on the quality. Now, the bus is going to drive terrible in BeamNG.Drive, but maybe with some assistance from us in our designing, in our engineering, it could drive just a little bit better, because it's again, guys, it's going to be pretty terrible. Let's go ahead, make a new engine here. It's going to be, what, a V16 magnesium ALSI 5-valve. That sounds reasonable. Let's do a 10-liter V16. It's too large. Let's do a 10-liter V10. 10-liter V10, does that sound reasonable? 10-liter V10. That sounds like a pretty reasonable size, I think, for what we're building today. The best of the best here. We're not going to turbocharge it because that's just lame. We don't want to turbocharge it, even though the channel's called TwinTurbros. You know what? Screw it. This is opposite day here. Race intake, ultimate fuel. That sounds reasonably fine. And just give it like generic stuff, because honestly, I think this is honestly perfectly fine. So it's got an okay amount of horsepower, 600 buff horses currently, which is a decent amount. Let's give it a VVT all cams plus 15, a higher cam profile, 9,900 RPM. You know what? As it's screaming at that RPM, it's dying. But that's what are we building? This is so terrible. I'm trying to maintain composure, but oh my god. Why is this a thing? I don't even understand what's happening right now. Alright, there we go. The basics are done. 1,400 horsepower, 950 pound-feet. Now it's reasonable. Now, this is the starting point here. This is what we're starting with. It's just a double-decker bus, and we're going to add a lot more deckers onto it. We're going to add, you know, 998 more deckers. Is that what they're called? I don't actually know, but that's what we're going to call it today. Let's make it rear-wheel drive, no, 4x4, because it's going to be pretty heavy probably in itself, and really weird to drive. Electric LSD, honestly, might as well. A little bit rear bias to get that tail out, because we got to drift it somehow. This will actually make it a bit more stable. I'm actually all for this. This is actually going to make the truck a bit more, or the bus, a bit more stable. Massive tires, and we're going to give it like a crazy offset, because, again, guys, this is going to be 1,000 stories tall. So to put this in perspective, the current tallest building in the world is the Burj Khalifa at about 900 or so meters tall, which is pretty damn tall. It's almost a kilometer tall. Yeah, this bus is going to be 2,000 meters. It's going to be 2 kilometers tall. It's going to be twice as tall as the Burj Khalifa. And I honestly can't even visually picture what that's going to look like, because it's going to be so friggin' insane. And I'll take that. I'll take that. Let's just space it higher. Look at this. That is some deep dish wheels, if I do say so myself. I would buy these. Oh my god. Real thick tires. It's gonna give it a little more something probably. Carbon ceramics, 6 pistons. It's gonna need some big brakes to stop it. Why not? Let's just give it actually just vented discs. Carbon ceramics suck. 4 piston, 2 piston sounds fine. We don't need any under tray. That's fine. Interior. It's gonna be a 9-seater bus. Okay, that sounds. Yeah, no entertainment, nothing. That's totally reasonable, I think. Power steering is not needed. We do need ABS. That's probably needed. And no safety, because in reality, this bus is not going to be safe at all. and just generic suspension stuff. So 5,000 pounds, pretty reasonable. 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. It's not gonna work in automation. I can tell you in BeamNG it's not gonna work. I'll tell you that right now. It's just not gonna work. It still can kind of sus. Oh, there's the engine. Oh god. This is basically a Porsche. Not gonna lie. It's rear engine all-wheel drive. It's like a 911 Turbo S, except it's a massive V10 with no turbos, and it's a bus. So I think we've nailed it. I think Porsche should hire me as probably a designer or something. So I think the basics are there. What we're gonna do is design this vehicle, and by design I mean add 998 more stories of this monstrosity of a vehicle, as well as design the things like the front end. It needs a front end, obviously. It needs taillights, all those fancy fixtures of a real bus. So we'll do that in a quick time lapse. Sit back, relax, guys, and of course, as always, I hope you enjoy. So, we're starting the build for the 1000 Decker bus. As you can see, I am literally just stacking bus on top of bus on top of bus for hours and hours. I spent so much time making this, I've honestly lost track of how much time I spent checking to make sure all the buses were lined up, checking to make sure I didn't have any gaps, etc. I did fill in some gaps with some more bus layers, and it was time consuming to say the least. So as you can see here, we're still stacking and stacking. We've gotten so high out of the map that the actual light source is below us, so we actually cannot see the individual layers of our bus cake that we're making because we're so high up. And we're still only about 1/5 of the way there, so I'm still stacking, and I'm still stacking, and I'm still stacking. After this, we have to, of course, design the bus. But it's... what do I talk about? This is I'm just building a bus here, guys. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Building a bus, stacking and stacking and stacking. It's so awful that I love it so much. We're nearly done the bus now. Just a bit more to go. Again, it's 1,000 individual pieces stacked on top of each other, making sure there's no gaps. I'm trying my best to make sure there's no gaps. There might be a few gaps, but there's not really any gaps that I know of. We are placing it all in a 3D space, continuing to go higher and higher and higher into basically the stratosphere. There's no limit on the height of building cars from what I could find, but I tested that theory anyways. The height is pretty much done. Now just a simple front end design. It's going to be similar to some other Maven vehicles. This is more of a concept car for sure, and just sort of zooming in and out to see the actual size comparison and stuff. And detailing the front end, changing the wheels up now just a bit. And by the way, just changing the wheels and stuff takes about 30 seconds to actually load anything because it's so much stuff in the actual car itself. I added massive exhaust pipes that I take away later. Super taillights are on the rear, and I did tweak the front a little bit, and changing the color a little bit. And yet again, guys, it took about 1 minute or 2 minutes to change the color because it was lagging so badly. And I don't name it right here, but in front of us is the 2020 Gigabus 69,000. Alright guys, so like I said, this is the 2020 Gigabus 69,000. Yeah, I know, we've gone a little bit insane while designing this car. So the engine is pretty much unchanged. It still weighs 5,000 pounds, still carbon fiber. I've tuned the suspension a little bit, and the tires, everything's a bit changed a little bit, but nothing's too crazily changed. But the only important thing really is the design, and if this car's going to work in BeamNG, which we'll see in a second. So I just want to show you guys the sheer size of this car. So if you actually just press Shift-C, we can go to a free cam, and we'll just start flying out here. We'll just see the actual size of this car in all, we'll go over here in all of its glory. So this car is approximately 1,000 layers tall, give or take a little bit. I did rough estimations, and it's estimated to be about 1,000, maybe 900, maybe 1,100. It's around 1,000. But if we keep going all the way up here, there's actually a bit of a, yeah, I messed up. I kinked it a little bit, and it was going a little bit sideways, but I'm not changing it, okay? This is fine. We gotta keep flying, though, because we're gonna get the whole picture here. We're gonna go up and up.
2 hours later.
So, yeah, it's about 1,000, give or take 100. So it's just about 1,000 bus stories tall, which I'm estimating each story is around, 2 meters, around 6 feet or so in height. So I'm guessing this thing is about 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers, 2,000 meters tall. It's a big boy. I'm not gonna fly all the way back to it because it's taken so long to fly here. Not too much has really been changed. The design, we'll go over the design of BeamNG because I'm not going to fly to the front end of it. I guess what we're going to do is just hop into BeamNG and see if the Gigabus 69,000 actually works. Let's see what's in store for us in BeamNG. I'll see you guys there in just a sec. So finally, we're in BeamNG.Drive with the Gigabus 69,000. It's freaking out just a little bit. So what we're doing is just a few challenges, just to see how well this bus works. It did spawn in. I didn't actually edit the JBeam file at all. It's completely unedited. I think the mirrors are not centered somehow, but that's okay. Now, before we do the first test, which is just gonna be seeing how it drives, basically, let's just take a look and just see. Look at the size. Look at that. Oh, you can see the kink way better up there. Let's go over here. Let's see this. Yeah, so you see, yeah, no, I messed up. And it's shaking violently. Now, let's just go in first person real quick. Let's just go right here. Let's just drive and just see it drive. Before we continue, I just wanted to make a quick announcement. Only a small percentage of you guys are actually subscribed. If you guys are watching and you guys like automation and BeamNG stuff, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's totally free and it does actually help me out a lot. Let's continue on with the epic 1,000 story bus. So it does drive. It drives pretty fine. A little violently there, but it drives fine. Let's just zoom out a little bit. Let's go over here. And if we floor it, let's just see how it acts. The whole thing shakes back and forth. There we go here like this. Oh. It stopped. Okay, let's see what's happening. Yeah, I feel like this bus... Oh my god. Oh, my computer almost crashed. This bus is originally meant to spawn, or meant to hold, about 25,000, 30,000 people. But I feel like it's probably not the safest mode of transportation. But on the plus side, you only need 1 gigabus per city. You know, you don't need a million other buses. You know, why have 100 buses when you can have 1 gigabus and transport every single citizen that needs to be transported all at once? The biggest downside, of course, is by the time you get to the top of the bus, by the time you sit down in your seat, yeah, everyone you ever loved will probably have died because it'll be 100 years before you get to the very top, and equally 100 years before you get to the bottom. So it's not the ideal mode of transportation if you're up there. There are some perks, though. Obviously, if you get up there, you get, you know, complimentary air masks because there's no oxygen that high up, and you also get, you know, a very nice view of everything because you can see literally everything around you. But it drives. It actually does drive. It's kind of glitchy. It's a little understeery, but honestly, I feel like that's like actually pretty acceptable. Oh, something's happening. Oh, not again. This is what I spent like 4 hours making. I don't know what we're doing. Let's hop to event number 2 and see how it does in the second event. So I think it's only fair that our second test has to be something a little more performance oriented, and for that I chose nothing else than a quarter-mile drag race, because nothing says 1,000 story double-decker bus quite like a quarter-mile drag race, which is significantly shorter than the bus. So we're gonna just drive this thing as fast as possible in the quarter mile, and I don't think it can actually make it through at the end, but I mean, look at this thing. Holy shit, it's so bad. Okay. We're gonna go first person for this because it's kind of glitching out in third person camera. We're gonna go first person. We have no ESC, nothing. We're just gonna launch it here. Pops up into wheelies. That's okay. Oh. Okay, guys. Moral of the story. Don't. Oh, what the hell? Oh, what the hell? Oh my god. What is this? What is this? Why? Why? What have I done? Oh no, it's disappeared. This is fun. So, moral of the story, guys, engine starved of oil. That's probably the biggest concern. Moral of the story is don't try this at home, kids. Let's respawn it. Let's go first person again. Let's actually get our 0 to 60 timer, our handy 0 to 100 km/h timer here. And just do it this time. We're not going to launch it this time. We're just going to drive when it starts because I think it's a little bit too much force. That's better. No 0 to 60 because, you know, screw us, I guess. We'll test it after. Oh, oh no, it's so loud. It's so loud. 0 to 60, never. But the quarter mile in 10.2 seconds, which is pretty decent, I feel like. I hope that wasn't too loud, but it was loud for me. Hope that was pretty decent. That was pretty decent. Let's just go free roam. Let's respawn it. Let's test the 0 to 60 again. 0 to 60, 2.8 seconds to 100 kilometers an hour, which is... Oh no, not again. That's test number 2, guys. We've got a few more tests, but before we do that, let's hop in and actually check out the height of the car. So we're gonna check out the... Oh, there it went. Okay, let's go check out the actual height. Let's compare it to some things in BeamNG and just see how high our vehicle is, because that's probably another very important thing. So before we hop into the next test, yeah, we're gonna see how tall this thing is. This is West Coast, USA. This is the tallest building in West Coast, USA, and it's pretty reasonably tall. Like, I mean, we can see pretty much everything from the height of the building, right? If we go to the very top here, the very, very tippity top, we can see pretty much the entire map of West Coast, USA, everything you can drive in and use. If we go higher, and I mean, up all the way over here, it's like, what, 5 times higher, 4 times higher? It is an extremely tall bus. So we go to the very, very, very top of the entire map here. And we can see everything, but everything's the size of an ant. So that's pretty impressive. 0 to 60 so far, 1 minute 24, not bad. Let's hop into the third challenge for today and see how the Giga or the Giga Bus, sorry, the Giga Bus. Let's see how the Giga Bus does in the next challenge. Okay guys, finally we're doing test 3, which is just a quick track around a small city suburb. And you know, this is going to be simulating picking up all new customers for the Gigabus 69,000. And we're going to see how well this one goes. I feel like this one's going to go really well. I've got really high hopes for this one, to be honest. And of course, it's a time trial, so we got to go as fast as we can to the end to pick up the new customers for the Gigabus. It handles pretty good, actually. First impressions, it actually handles pretty good. It sounds pretty good. It's driving pretty fast. Why does this keep happening to me? So, first off, the bus is not meant for track racing, clearly, or any kind of performance-oriented stuff, unless it's in a straight line. But can it do the jump in the jump arena? So we're in the jump arena with the bus. This is the final event for today. Can it jump? I'm hoping so. And again, this bus is 2 kilometers tall. It's taller than like 2 Burj Khalifas, which they're pretty tall buildings. Let's go in first person a little bit, just a little bit here. Oh, wait, oh, something's happening. Are we good? We're good, okay. Nice and slow. We're just gonna coast. I'm not gonna give it any throttle at all. Okay, no, it's glitching out. Oh gosh, no! Oh god. That's not what I want. I'm looking at the shadow already. Oh no. Well, attempt number 2 in the bus. We're just gonna send it, I guess, this time, because the first try was a failure. A little bit there. We're fine. And test number 3. Let's try again. This time, let's try. Be a little more cautious, maybe. Oh no. Okay, final try. Let's go ahead. Let's enable the wind. Let's enable the wind here. There we go. That's not what we were hoping for, but oh my god, it's sailing through the air. It can't even land properly. What kind of a bus is this? I love how it's like glitching out at the same time and it's like flailing around like impossibly weird. No, let's turn off the wind real quick. There we go. And that, guys, was probably as good as we can get for the jump arena. Oh. I just see taillights now. Well, that's the Gigabus. That was a Gigabus. It was absolutely terrible. Let me know if you guys want to see another video with my crazy cars, because you know we've got the highest MPG car, we've got the heaviest car, we've got the tallest vehicle. Like, what else can we do that's absolutely insane? Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see more. Okay, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, linked in the description. Thank you guys, of course, so much for watching. Your support means a lot. And as always, I guess I will see you guys next time.